For Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony Thompson. After making his debut in the Summer League, Bronny James has been the center of conversation when it comes to nepotism. Of course, people are saying the only reason Bronny was drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers is because of his dad, LeBron James. Bronny didn't have the best performance, only dropping 4 points, which gave the public even more reason to criticize the young player. Now, many people don't believe that Bronny was ready for the league after being selected as the 55th overall pick in this year's NBA draft. Which brings up the question, is nepotism a good or bad thing? Joining me is our very own comedy hype analysts, Marvin Hunter and Sean Larkin, to comment on this subject. But first, let's take a look at this clip.
Between the lines, to some extent, basketball is going to take care of itself.
Yeah, for sure.
But outside of those lines, he's starting to have some of the same arrows slung at him that you had. What's going to take for him to withstand that?
I don't know if people really understand Bronny. He doesn't care. I actually cared a little bit when I came in. I wanted people to like me. Some of the things that people were saying about me, it kind of bothered me early on in my career. I let it get to me. Bronny, he doesn't give a He doesn't. Bronny plays, he works his tail off. He does not care about nobody. He doesn't even listen to that stuff. He's like the complete opposite of his dad.
Well, first and foremost, let me say it's great to have both of you back this week. And especially to go in on this topic as well. We've seen this trending for some time, so let's hop right into it. Marvin, I'll start with you. After seeing LeBron's reaction to the criticism of nepotism, what's your thoughts about that?
If I was in LeBron's shoes, I'd probably do the same thing.
Yeah.
They don't say nothing when Asians do it. They don't say nothing when Mexicans do it, Indian people, white people. Nepotism has been around forever. The problem is not LeBron, the problem is not Bronny. We live in a system that embraces nepotism. So as long as it's there, people are gonna utilize it.
Yeah. Sean, same question for you. What are your thoughts to LeBron's reaction to all the criticism that we're seeing?
Well, I think the criticism is warranted, and I hope that the Lakers crash and burn.
Whoa.
Because I hate the Lakers.
Okay.
Now, I love LeBron, I love his family, I love his wife, but I just cannot hate the Lakers. Why didn't y'all come to Atlanta and do this? Come on. Y'all could have brought this thing to Atlanta, built the Hawks up, man. Come on.
It'll take more than that to build a Hawks.
Sheesh. Whoa. Well, let me keep us going there. So I want to read a couple of comments because, of course, people are chiming in online. One user said, I read every single ounce of it and it brought tears to my eyes. You've literally been the greatest dad of all time, LeBron. Someone else said, nobody questions Bronny's work ethic. The pushback comes from the given, not earned opportunity to play in the NBA. Bronny's not the first Nepo baby and won't be the last. And I'll read one more quote. This person said, bruh, he just got handed $7.9 million because of his DNA. I've watched some tremendous players who didn't make it. Meanwhile, Bronny was never even the best player on his own team. I'd respect him more if he made Bronny be undrafted and unsigned in a camp invite, etc., etc. Let me come back to you, Marvin. You know, when we're talking about nepotism, right? Because I feel like there's so many layers, and like one of the comments said, this isn't the first time nor will it be the last. Do you think nepotism is a good thing, or do you think it's a bad thing?
Nepotism plus talent is good. The talent has to be there.
Yeah.
You know, when you bring somebody on and they hurt the system you're bringing them into, that's some goofies. You know, some goofy crap. But I mean, it overall, I think nepotism can be abused, but that's the system. That's, you know, the way it's woven into society of the day. Because we all we let a cousin come down to the plant to ride the forklift. This clown and went home with the keys, or your security guard, he took the gun home, and he home. You know what I'm saying? So we see that all the time. So it could be a very bad thing, but do away with it completely. But don't complain when LeBron do it.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm not mad at that, Sean. What do you think? Good or bad nepotism?
In this situation, what is the Lakers' ultimate goal? Win championships, right? How does this help the Lakers win a championship? I just don't see it. It don't help you win no titles. I think it was to help LeBron stay around. But in the Libra and me, I see both sides of the story, because you have another family in the NBA, the Antetokounmpos. His big brother actually plays for Milwaukee. He rides the bench 82 games a year, and they still have won 2 titles. So water's gonna balance itself out. If Bronny can't cut the mustard, he'll be playing in G League or he'll be over in Greece somewhere, and we'll see how this thing didn't work out. But
why do we have a system that allows one person to have that much power? You know, so we get taught it back in grade school about monopolies and stuff like that. How you break them up, somebody can be too big to fail. JJ Redick is them high and JJ Redick is ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of people think that's because of LeBron.
It absolutely is because of LeBron.
Yeah.
So why do you allow one person to have this much power? You know what I'm saying? I know some people gonna be there, don't hate on him. I'm not hating on him. I'm just saying I'm always going to embrace the group before the individual because it's too much catering to individuals today. And like you said, is it helping the Lakers? It is not.
Yeah, and the Lakers, well, if you know basketball, you know the Lakers' issue ain't the coach, is they never develop rookies. They bring in rookies, they keep them for 2-3 seasons, and they ship them off for some old dudes trying to buy a championship. It ain't worked. Well, it did work in 2020. I give them that in the bubble year, so I don't know, maybe that was an anomaly. But if you look at teams like Milwaukee, they homegrown. They bring people in, they stay in. But I get it. Who wants to live in Milwaukee?
Human beings are human beings. You know what I'm saying? If we was all put in LeBron's position, we'd probably do the same thing.
Absolutely.
But it ain't his fault. It ain't Bronny's fault. It's the system.
Absolutely, and I think we have 4 years to see what happens with Bronny as he develops because he did sign a 4-year contract. But let me bring this here because I have 2 veterans with me, so I think it's a perfect opportunity for me to ask. And Sean, I'll start with you.
Okay.
Have you seen nepotism in comedy? Have you experienced or seen it? Because I feel like I've heard stories and things like that, but I have 2 vets instead of just speculating. Have you ever experienced it or seen it in comedy?
It happened to me. I was on the road with said entertainer for years, 8 years. He got a greenlit for a show called The Neighborhood. I didn't even know anything about it. One night he came to me and said, listen, I got this new show. I think you'd be great to work out in the writer's room. Brought me in. I'd never written for nothing. I went from being on the street basically to working at CBS, one of the big 3 networks ever. And I couldn't have done it had I not had a relationship with said entertainer.
Yeah.
So it worked out for me. And I wasn't qualified for that job. It's people that are way more qualified for that position than I was, but knew that I knew his voice, that I knew who he was as a person. I knew black culture, and that's one thing that I brought to the table. I also knew funny, so I brought those things to the table. I didn't know structure. I didn't know how to write a script but the people who were there, they know how to do that kind of stuff.
Correct. And that those are things that can be learned. You can't, it's difficult to learn black culture and to really know it and be able to move in it. Yeah, that's an experience. That's a life experience. Yeah. Looking back on that though, how do you feel about do you think that was a good thing for you? Or or was that something that you're not maybe didn't benefit?
It was a great thing. It was an amazing experience. I got fired.
Yeah. You trying to slide that in there
real quick.
By the way, while we're talking.
Yeah, I got let go. But if I'm keeping it real, I got fired because, he didn't run the writer's room itself. So, again, I probably didn't, be honest with you, I didn't apply myself as much as I should have.
Yeah.
So had I done that, maybe I'd still be doing it, but it was a great experience. I worked on the show for 4 years. Also, it turned out that I got a role on the show.
Yeah. Yeah,
so,
that made me think really quick, and then I'm going to come to you, Marvin, because didn't LeBron...
I played Randall the Mailman on CBS's The Neighborhood. So check that out. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Didn't LeBron's manager, and I'm going to come back to you there, but LeBron's manager, he brought him in and paired him with somebody to say, hey, I want you to train him up, because when I was hearing you talk about it, it sounds like you had what was needed for the show, but there was nobody in the room to be able to continue to develop you. Because you said he brought you in and was able to, you were able to bring black culture. You had people that knew the script writing, but it didn't seem like there was someone with you to help you develop.
If I'm comparing myself to Bronny, it would have been like, if he puts in the work and he develops, then he'll be in the league. He may not be with the Lakers, but he can be in the league. I don't feel like I applied myself. I didn't put in the work that I should have, or maybe I'd have still been on that show as a writer. Okay. So if he puts in the work, who knows where the sky's the limit?
Absolutely. Yeah. Go ahead.
In comedy, you see it all the time. You see it all the time. You see people bring people on the road. They're not qualified to be there. As openers, as some comics, that's what they want. They want somebody in front of them that's not funny. Dude out there ain't funny as somebody throwing dead kittens in the audience.
Right.
Say he horrible, but he there. He the weed roller. he rolls the weed.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? You see it all the time. He brought him because that's his boy. You know, but it happens across the board in every genre, every business, every platform. Nepotism is alive and well. It could be helpful if the talent is there.
Yeah.
If the talent's not there,
It's 4 points enough talent. Averaging 4 points.
no, absolutely not. No, but hopefully he gets better. But right now, that's ass. You know what I'm saying? For him to be 4 years for that much money.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
you
saying?
got a lot of money.
Yeah.
4 points to get you far, it looks like.
Right.
All right, well, as it seems like there's some nepotism examples that work and some that don't work. But I love that. What was the formula again?
Nepotism plus talent is good.
Okay, so then I'm gonna name out some names, and what we did, our team Googled famous parents. So these aren't just names out of my head. We Googled some parents, and I want to go through, and you tell me whether it worked out or whether it did not work out, whether nepotism worked out or it did not.
Okay.
Okay, and only honesty, which I know I have no issues here. Okay, first one, Beyonce, Blue Ivy.
Not at first. That was some robot stuff at first. I don't care. Hey, let me tell you something. That don't come on here. Don't put the baby. They put the baby up there in front of everybody, and the baby couldn't dance. She got better.
She did.
Thank God for that. But at first, there was some 10-man slice more to me.
And
That's exactly what that was.
Bronny gonna get better. Bronny could get better.
And he could get better.
He could.
I don't know. Anytime I see Blue Ivy, I'm just focusing on, does she look more like Jay-Z or Beyonce? So I can't, the talent, I'm just
trying to figure it out.
I hope she gets Beyonce's looks, so. That's just me.
Okay, let's go on. Okay, this was in comedy. The Wayans brothers, or Wayans family, because there's sisters there as well. I'll start with you. What do you think the Wayans family?
Talented. I think it worked out in their favor. Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's an empire.
Yeah.
Yeah, worked out great.
That's an
Yeah.
empire.
Worked out great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can change my last name if you know.
Yeah. Does it work like that?
I don't.
I wonder does it work like
Marlon
that?
Wayans has a ring to it. Yeah.
Marvin Wayans does have a ring.
Yeah.
Sean Wayans.
Hey,
Hey.
hello.
Symphony Wayans may not work out. Okay, let's keep going. I'm bringing this one to you. Kanye West, Northwest.
Why again put the baby in front of the camera? They didn't even practice.
Yeah.
They got it because of who her mama was, who her daddy was. She completely destroyed that. She was not prepared. And it's not her fault. It's her mammy fault.
Yeah.
It's her mammy fault for putting up there.
Yeah.
You know.
What are your thoughts? No.
She gets a thumbs down. Cute kid.
Yeah.
She is cute. She's a cute
very,
little
very
cute
cute
vibe.
kid, but she wasn't. She shouldn't.
And the
have
wrong
been
message to be teaching children. Like
She
you
shouldn't have
don't
been
have to
like
work hard.
Yeah,
You got to
they-
put it in the work. You got to learn your lines. You got to learn. You know.
What about her? Do you think her fashion sense is kind of at least aligned with what Kanye has?
Well,
done?
that's a problem there. That's trouble in there. That is trouble in there because you don't know what he's doing. He been, you know what I'm saying? Is he
That's
homeless?
true.
You know what I'm saying? What is he doing? He in his circus? You don't know what he's doing.
That's true.
I don't. His girlfriend, his wife. Now that's the.
Yeah.
But that's from him too.
Yeah.
It's alleged that he's the one that tells her what to wear. But
Hey, baby, put these banana peels on when you go to the mall.
okay, we've actually seen this one unfold through their show, T.I. and Damani.
Well, I'm definitely a thumbs up. Demond,
Yes.
Bro.
I can watch. Was Diamond Hennessy and Henny and Diamonds? I think that's the name of the song. Amazing.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
told him to
Amazing.
his face before.
Yeah, I did too.
You dope. I'm an old head, man. Dude, nice.
No, he was really
Dude
good.
is nice.
Y'all think King on a nice list too? He's
Who-
standing
who-
on. He said he's
now
standing
what
on
the- what
business.
Who else on the list?
Okay, we'll keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
Never mind. Okay.
Hey, my thing missing up.
This was an interesting one. Touchy, but interesting. Okay, we have Diddy and King Combs.
Boy, don't you never in your life try to do no diss song. Did you hear that mess he tried to do? That was a bucket of asses, son. Soaked in piss. I mean, that was horrible. Don't you never do that again. Now, your dad had enough trouble. Y'all go somewhere, sit down and pray for him and do something. Don't never do no diss song no more. That was horrible.
No, that was not a good one.
Yeah. Okay.
no.
Okay.
And his waves look good. I mean, if he focused up on his rap, like he did his waves.
Yeah,
it'd be
waves
all
is
right.
dope.
Maybe he could come out with a business venture. Or, I know Bow Wow.
Bow
they
Wow
said
got the- yeah,
yeah,
Bow Wow got
he
the-
could probably link up and
Yeah.
get in that empire, create something around
Exactly.
that. Let people know how he got the waves. All right, last certainly not least, we'll take this in basketball. Steph Curry. I'll start with you.
Oh,
Steph
that
Curry
worked out.
bounds over his father.
Yeah.
His father was a shooter.
Yeah.
But yeah, Steph Curry is a stepper. How the kids say he's a stepper.
Yeah. One of the greatest ever do it.
He spin the block on everybody for real though.
Change the NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steph Curry and what's Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah,
was
Ken
big, was
Griffey
better,
Jr.
turned out to be better than his father.
Yep. Yep.
So in that case, nepotism it exceeded what was even the
Yes.
opportunity that was from the person that was given from.
Yeah.
The opportunity that was
But
given.
the talent had to be there.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, so as long as talent there, nepotism is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not mad at that. Well, thank y'all for going through that list with me. I'll make sure. So we don't want to go back to T.I.'s other son, King. King, we don't want.
Yeah, he doing his thing. He famous.
He's standing on business.
He's standing on business.
standing on
Yeah, I
business.
think
I think he
he
coined
coined the
that.
phrase.
He need to copyright that phrase.
Yeah.
He need to copyright that.
And I feel like his dad does the same thing in coining phrases or
Yeah.
coining words.
Yeah.
Like anytime you think of a big word, you think of T.I. So I feel like King kind of at least.
Stop arguing with people online though. That.
Yeah, don't do that.
Okay. Well, as always, I appreciate both of you for chiming in on this topic. Before I let you both go, of course, I like to know what you both have coming up and going on. So how can people, we'll start with what do you have coming up?
Well, as a matter of fact, myself and Marvin have a big venture that we just dropped. It's called 3 the Hard Way. It's a stand-up special that myself, and another comedian, Blame the Comic, we shot, and it's just dropped on Tubi, and it's hosted by none other than Mr. Ricky Smiley. So please go watch Tubi 3 the Hard Way.
Yep.
Ricky Smiley presents myself, Marvin Hunter, Blame the Comic. We need to get the ball rolling.
You gotta do
It
that.
just dropped.
Even if you leave the house, just put it on. Just turn it on and leave the house. Let it loop.
Let it
do
loop.
It every time. You know what I'm saying?
Let it loop.
You can be cleaning up. Let it be background music. You know, put it on
Exactly.
mute. I don't care.
No, you ain't gotta put it on mute because you're gonna laugh.
Need to loop. You know,
This
but
shit is hilarious.
I'm just saying. Let's keep it real. Put it on loop.
After they watch it, at least
After they
do it
watch it,
one,
just
two times.
just keep doing it. Just keep playing it.
As a matter of fact, maybe we'll play a clip.
You have a clip?
Yeah, we'll play a clip.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, let's take a look at this clip.
I know too much. You don't want these jokes with me.
A really, really ugly woman called me fat the other day. I am fat, but you ugly. We should not be at odds.
Next time you iron your shirt, plug it up.
Go downtown Atlanta, try to park your own car. It ain't gonna happen. You jump out the bushes. Come on.
What is this with the falcon on your face?
My weapon is a honey bun and yours is a mirror. Don't you talk to me like that.
Blame, go in the room, go put on your long pants so we can make it to the picture show.
Hey, y'all give it up for Ricky's pants. Hey, you know they make these in leather too. I don't know if you know that.
Well, I have Tubi and I would definitely be going home to watch it.
Please
So
do,
I'm very
please
excited.
do.
Congratulations to you both.
And we
That's
also
very
you can catch
exciting.
us on at the podcast. Yeah, we talk like this.
Yeah, we talk like this podcast. Myself, Marvin Hunter, Steve Brown.
Yes.
It's gonna be going on every week.
Yep.
Absolutely. Now, last and certainly not least, how can people keep up with you on social media?
My name right here, Sean_Larkins. Hit me up on Instagram.
And comedian Marvin H1. That's comedian Marvin H1 on Instagram. Mess with your boy. And also the same thing on TikTok.
Absolutely. You can find them both here weekly, right here with me on the Comedy Hype News Show. As always, thank you both again for chiming in on this topic. But you heard from us. Now we want to hear from you in the comments below. What are your thoughts on LeBron's response to the criticism regarding nepotism? For Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony Thompson.
I know too much. You don't want these jokes with me.
A really, really ugly woman called me fat the other day. I am fat, but you ugly. We should not be at odds.
Next time you iron your shirt, plug it up.
Go downtown Atlanta, try to park your own car. It ain't gonna happen. You jump out the bushes. Come on.
What is this with the falcon on your face?
My weapon is a honey bun and yours is a mirror. Don't you talk to me like that.
Blame, go in the room, go put on your long pants so we can make it to the picture show.
Hey, y'all give it up for Ricky's pants. Hey, you know they make these in leather too. I don't know if you know that.